Hi, I'm Nathan Oakley and this is video log number 27. My last video log got cut really short. I tend to make these video logs when the mood takes me, and I think most people will have figured out by now that they're completely unscripted. I generally don't have any idea what I'm going to say other than an idea that I kind of express to camera. And I was explaining this to one of my commenters. I might as well give her credit, Alison Welsh. Hope I've said your name right. But yeah, I wanted to sort of carry on that video because there was a few points that I just sort of had to scribble furiously after uploading the video. And it was kind of about bonfire night, as we call it here. But it's also got another name, Guy Fawkes night, which I was talking about in video log number 26. Yeah, 26. And bonfire night is really, really scary, and it was kind of coming to me as I was doing like I say, the words for the video rather than the video itself. Because at that particular moment I was more overcome with the sort of feeling of dread that was in the air as I was driving around, with people sort of being not erratic in their driving, but kind of just odd. But anyway, Guy Fawkes night when I was a kid was a great affair of children wheeling a stuffed effigy of a man. So it was like a full-size bloke. From a distance it looked like they'd be carting around a dead body, this sort of floppy sack of spuds of a man in a wheelbarrow. And as they went around the streets, they'd cry out, "Penny for the guy, penny for the guy." Now I'm sure any Brits that are sort of 40 or younger or 40 or older will be, this will be very prevalent to them, because it was certainly prevalent in the 70s. It sort of faded out in the 80s when I grew up. But yeah, anybody from the 70s will definitely remember Penny for the Guy and will have probably done it. And the point I was kind of making in the commentary, or the whatever you call it, the notes underneath the YouTube video, was that we get involved in some really dark stuff without even raising an eyebrow. We don't really give it much thought at all when we burn an effigy of a human as a child and scream and holler as this thing dies. And it sort of set me back to when I was about 12 or 13 and Newsround, which was like the propaganda for children in the UK, with John Craven, and him telling us about bonfires having literally animals like hedgehogs nesting inside these things, and that we shouldn't be making them the day before. And yet every single bonfire that's a public event that you go to is made possibly weeks in advance, and you think these bonfires, or bone fires, and I haven't looked it up on Wikipedia, but I know what the general explanation of why it means what it means, and it's bone fire, and it's a Celtic tradition that they burnt bones of animals to ward off spirits. But you know, there's loads of people out there that report differently and say it's nothing to do with burning bones of animals, it's about human sacrifice and worshipping demons. Now, how much I subscribe to that idea, I don't know. It's just stuff I've read off a page and I'm repeating to you pretty much verbatim. It doesn't mean I subscribe to it. What it does mean is that I've got involved with this stuff. I've been to plenty of bonfires. You know, I've watched the fireworks go up, and I've watched my niece get terrified when this stuff's going off, and it sort of brought it home when I was out this evening how terrifying it really is. You know, there was points when I was driving around with the window down and I would jump out of my skin because it sounded like Armageddon, and there's great big flashes and bangs, but it was set against the most spectacular backdrop of the stars. I mean, it looked amazing. I was really gutted that I didn't catch anything in the film. That was kind of why I stopped at the top of a hill, just to catch some of these flashes and bangs. But yeah, it's just a dark and sinister thing, Guy Fawkes night. It really is quite terrifying. But yeah, I wanted to stick this up just because it's Avatar from the 80s. It's weird science, great film, very funny. But yeah, if anyone thinks these ideas are new, with things like Avatar or Family Guy or American Dad, the example I always give when people talk simulation theory is American Dad. If someone ever tells you, "Oh yeah, I dreamt that I'd been taken to a clone body," just, you know, try and understand that one show, i.e. American Dad, has had Roger the alien taking people to a different dimension, i.e. a holiday in the goo. Seems like nothing when you watch it, seems quite humorous, but the same show is teleporting Stan Smith, the father, into an avatar body of a young girl so he can sleep with his son. Powerful ideas, humorous on screen, don't get me wrong, I watch American Dad. You know, the same show, 3 in a row. The fish is an avatar, you know, it's a transhuman, whatever you want to call it. It's a man in a fish's body, and they've put him back in a human body so he can go, you know, skiing down a slope. This is one show. You know, when you think, where have these people got this idea? It must be real. They can't make this stuff up. It's so fantastical. Well, they've had this idea planted in them, and I have too, with weird science. Watch it again anyway. It's great. But yeah, I've been Nathan Oakley. I will see you in the next video.